Map 2 is about to begin. Titan starting on the CT side. Fnatic 1 map up at present. Titan, are their heads going to be in the right places?
Hope so. On top of their shoulders, James.
That would be a good place to have one's head. So, Titan, they didn't go for a kit on the pistol, the CT pistol on Cash. They're not going to go for a kit here either. Heading for 5 Kevlars. JW and flusha are going to be the nade men for the Swedish side. And flusha's already been lost here. Scream getting the first kill for the troubled Titan side, who seem to be heading towards the A side, having a read on what might be going on here with Fnatic.
Here comes the bomb rush. And so far, quite well controlled by Titan. You can see they're actually basically traffic controllers at this point in time, herding Fnatic members as if they were harmless, docile cattle led into the abattoir. And we all know what happens there.
What happens there, Dan?
Well, an abattoir is a slaughterhouse, James.
What happens in slaughterhouses?
Animals are slaughtered. Usually for the use of their meats, James. Presumably, not for just wanton cruelty. Presumably.
So, Titan off to a successful start here on Inferno. We'll see if they have an easier time of it than they did on Cash. Olofmeister forcing some aggression, going fishing towards Banana, but that smoke is going to keep him at bay for the time being. Scream just doing a bit of strafing there. The smoke comes in again. So Banana is firmly in control of the Titan side for the time being. Existence holding that flash should Scream require it, being the utility man for the Titan side. The Fnatic side, however, is concentrated towards the A bomb site now, it seems.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting situation for Fnatic not having any nades. How do they get into these choke points? You know, Titan have set up very well. They've got some good setups for crossfires. They can use their flashes for each other. Ooh, got to be careful there. SmithZz does get the kill in the end, but he needs to be sure he doesn't die because he's falling back into a more safer position where one of his teammates will be able to take the engagement. But that's not going to happen because, as noted on the minimap there, Fnatic are making their way towards the B site for the B split. So they've actually managed to engineer what could end up being a strong play and difficult to deal with because they'll split the defense. It'll be two 1 versus 2s here for Titan to deal with towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, and the guys from Banana have to push in first to try and distract while the bomb comes in. The rotation's still not coming in from Titan just yet, so they have a good read on the situation, but can they get there fast enough? Scream, shox, existence all go down. So off to a good start were Titan, but things have collapsed. It's almost like they were second-guessing themselves. You saw Existence sitting in the position basically where JW is now, thinking that they could be a wrap towards the B bomb site, but they still didn't rotate the last 2 players. And now, as we saw on Cash, they're going to have to run off with their tails between their legs, trying to save their weapons to live to fight another day. So, I mean, I do wonder if that's part of the issue for Titan. Like, they made the right read, but they didn't commit to it. They left themselves, you know, all over the place, basically.
Bottom line
so they couldn't, you know, exploit the advantage they had, and now they find themselves here.
Bottom line is though, James, what the hell? Titan just, I mean, they had a situation there. It's 5 Tech 9 armors moving slowly through Inferno, able to set up a B split, you know, all with no nades, and then they were not able to get any of the frags.
Very slowly and deliberate as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Titan saw it coming, and they repositioned for a 2 versus 2 onto the B bomb site, but they lost everybody just to the Tech 9s. So that's kind of crazy, and they've forced Borders' response as would be expected typically. We've got the big pop pump on Shoxy, but what is going to be the order of the day here for Fnatic? They're playing their anti-force spy now, and on the last map they had some great anti-force spies. Scream is the immediate problem here for Fnatic. They decided to go through these smokes, but they have all the time in the world to wait for those to dissipate before finally initiating the assault. One more smoke. Scream has one as well.
Yeah, same as the previous round, but what is it going to give them at the end of it? Once all these smokes are done with this extra time on the clock now, what are they going to be left with? What are they going to be left with?
The one thing to note is, well, the smokes have been slightly nerfed in the sense that the rounds are a little bit longer as well. And that was a big deal for this map. So Fnatic aren't sweating this at all. Here comes some grenades, slowly clearing those positions just as they go in. Oh, smart by Scream, goes straight in there. Unfortunately, he's not able to catch anyone. Resistance now, he goes down as well. And there's just Smith, so multiple one-on-ones, well, essentially for Fnatic. And it's not going well for Titan. It's hard to be anticipating something great from Titan so far, as their displays have been anticlimactic in a lot of spots.
Yeah. I
I can see just this quizzical look on your face. What would I make of this? My name's James. I'm unsure.
It's not a good start by any means for the Titan side. It's a horrible start. And I don't even know.
You literally have nothing to say. That's brilliant. Alright, so I totally get it though, because you're in a spot where Titan, they had this on the last map as well. They win that initial pistol, and it was beautifully done actually. It looked great. Then they get reset immediately, and it looks and the way that they lose it as well is very uninspired. So it's not good. So it's not really gonna inspire us with confidence, let's say. It's probably the best way to put it. And Fnatic have a great spot to build the bank now. So we'll have to see whether or not they can successfully do that. I mean, honestly, it's very likely. There's only one weapon to worry about. It's the shotgun of shox, who is in the... where is he? He's actually hanging out by the B-bomb site towards the first orange's position, as we can see there on the X-ray. And Fnatic moving up middle, so we're going to see their anti-eco here towards the A-bomb site. So it should be pretty good for Fnatic, moving as a unit again.
Well, Titan not having much to offer in this round. Obviously, it's being an eco. All they have is Shoxy's saved Nova, which is never going to be amazing. So, Existence playing the other side of the smoke here. He's going to walk through. What timing will he have? They are focusing on it, and they did detect a bit of a rat there, and he'll get sprayed down. Now we have a push from the B players, as we have a push from the Ts towards B through CT spawn once again, and Scream, poor Scream with a USPS is not in for a good time, as you can see there. So that's a free bomb site now for the Fnatic side. Shoxy just going for wild spray with a Nova, which I don't know what could be more desperate at this time.
Yeah, it's a really good call from Fnatic actually, because generally speaking, if you're going to assume a default setup from the CTs, they're going to have a couple players in pit. And after Fnatic were getting that kill towards the arch side, yeah, 2 players will likely be on pit, which is actually kind of awkward to deal with as the T's, even if you have the numbers. So I like that they decided to go for the B attack, because that's always going to be an easier engagement. So it was a nice call there by Fnatic. But all rest now on this buy round from Titan that is upcoming.
Shox was the one that ran away, with the other 2 holding Banana, and Shox still couldn't hold on to his Kevlar. So just nothing going the way of Titan at present. So let's see what kind of buy they have. At least RpK was able to pick up a FAMAS, which will be more valuable than the Kevlar that Shox had. So I suppose it worked out in that sense. AWP onto SmithZz, who is headed towards the A site at the moment. Wondering if he's going to be playing short or apps with the AWP. It seems he may be playing short. So is he going to go for the peak? Looking towards bench, finding a shot onto KRIMZ, and taking JW down to 16 HP as well. So that's a good start for Titan, but are they able to hold on?
Yeah, it's going to be very important for SmithZz to step up with the AWP on this map, because being dynamic, being able to take the fight to Fnatic, it's going to be very important, and that's what he just did. 1 kill, almost a second with the essentially the wallbang from one player onto JW. Now it's going to be Fnatic deciding to take some map control. They're going for the play into middle first of all. SmithZz is still there. He hasn't moved towards Banana or anything. Now, Fnatic, they do definitely want to take the arch side in this position. And at least try to get a kill for SmithZz back away. That way they can split the defense on the bomb site. That's very important if they do decide to go for the A play. If they are able to get a kill towards arch side, they might decide to go for a B. But they do have the multiple prongs now.
Look at this map control over towards the A site. There are two people in pit for the CTs, but they are by no means in a great situation. Existence going to get a kill, but taken down in the mid-area. Bomb's going to be collected, and this is a very weird situation. The 180 almost works out, but Scream gets himself 2 frags, leaving Dennis alone to do as much damage as he possibly can. Again, 2 players in the pit position, and that's Smoke may lead them to peek him, but he's going to go for the push. Finding RPK, so lots of damage done to the Titan side, but Titan get to winning ways. Picking up a second AWP as well, which is interesting. Smith has a good spawn actually to pick mid.
I would really like to see a rapid contact play from Fnatic now in this round, just because that the shock and awe in spots like this can be very devastating. Although, as you pointed out, the double AWPs, we're definitely going to see aggression from one of them at the start of the round, and it's
Smith could be in trouble here.
Going to be SmithZz, yeah.
Okay, good. Because he had a good spawn to peek mid,
yep.
But JW spawn was even better. So good thing he didn't go for that. A fast play into up here, but shoxy's ready, willing, waiting.
And you do not expect the AWP to be there. You really don't expect it to be there. The element of surprise is going to be a very nice boon to Fnatic, to Titans round here against Fnatic as they go a man ahead. Now, Fnatic, they had this position a round ago, and they tried to take arch side. Then they got they were too slow. They got slowed down too much. It was a great play from Titans slowing them down, and they got crushed by the rotation. Now, will they do a similar thing? Because they're pretty much set up in the same way. Take arch side, try to get a split going onto the A site, or do they try to double back into B? Because the problem is they don't have Banana cleared already.
Interestingly, SmithZz position, you see that cabinet behind him. That's where you will commonly find awkward standing. So if somebody picks, they're more likely to get shots in the leg than in the chest. Oh, SmithZz just too slow.
Wow.
There, olofmeister with a crazy shot to the head that he should never get. And again, it seems the split is on towards the B bomb site. System's holding things down for the time being, but he's on fire. Going to get forced from his position, but Scream hasn't revealed his just yet. Going to take down Dennis now. 20 seconds left, so that wait may have been really good for Scream. Getting to the third 1v1 situation, and he will hold on to the site for his team, just as we've seen him do on Cash for G2.
Yeah, and there's a lot of risk there from Fnatic because, they realized that the play that because they had the same situations before as I described. Both times they didn't have anyone on Banana, and that's why the first time they decided to go for the arch play, because they had no idea if Time were pushing a Banana, and that's hard to clear that with just one guy if you want to go for the split. So they did decide to go for it that time, and that's actually a good play because Time didn't push it at all, and Time should have had more map control on Banana. They gave it up way too easily, I think. So we'll have to see whether or not Fnatic can use this buy, because they've got 3 flashes and a smoke. So we should see a faster round here as they're all grouped up on Banana, and here they go.
So again, they're going to have Scream to contend with. Existence with that really smart flash into the pool area, which allows him to face at the same time. Loads of frags coming in for the team. Scream still alive, going for the pistol now. Only 2 Fnatic plays left. Full rotation streaming in for the CTs, and Scream's going to reload his gun. Go for a bit of spray, but the spray's coming back. So can the T's get the bomb down? It seems they can. Is there a smoke towards CT? There is, but it's about to disappear, which is going to make their life a lot harder for them. Bit of a crossfire going on, but the situation is precarious.
There's no health here for Fnatic. They got to get the headshots. flusha and KRIMZ. KRIMZ playing where he would be probably on the CT side with his AK, so he's going to be very comfortable. But there is flusha. He's gone. And it's going for the spray. Doesn't even get a frag. So that's a big deal. 1 player going down, and that's it for Titan. Stability, perhaps. Economically, at least. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can see money-wise, they are looking better and better, and they should be even stronger after this round, going up against the Eco or the Quasi buy that was expected on Fnatic. But then again, you never know. Tech9s, the Eagles, just never know.
Fnatic going to be losing one player straight away to Scream. Bit of aggression towards Banana, and they'll take that and move back. Let's see what are the rest of the Fnatic side doing. They've won a lot of ecos and half-buys today. So who knows what is going to happen in this round. Scream actually rotating towards the B bomb site. Smith's getting a tag. Got Scream in for support as well, but down goes Scream. He took down Dennis though, so it's 2 versus 4. RpK coming in for support, but just the 1v1 situation. Smith's unable to trade quickly enough, but he does trade in the end, so it's worked out for them. Losing 2 plays though, do have Titan. They don't want to lose any more in this situation. You can see their money's not fantastic. So olofmeister is going to be looking to do as much damage as possible, going for a very fast opening so he doesn't get picked off straight away towards short, and he's just waiting for the trade fraggers to come in. But is Smith going to take the bait here from olofmeister? He's trying to sneak in on shox's position now. I'm not sure what Smith is holding, but down goes shox. Now we've got a 2 versus 1. The bomb isn't in his control, but he's done so much damage now. Picks up an AWP as well. Is he going to opt to save it? It seems he is. Content with the damage done so far. I don't know if Existence will be able to hear him in the apps from there. Oh, actually, seems olofmeister's not done just yet. Is he going to look towards mid, though? He's heard the shots. The bomb, he could go to B. He could run to B.
Not anymore.
He must think that SmithZz is elsewhere. Oh, if he had the gun out, then who knows where that round was going.
Yeah.
A lot more could have been done there for olofmeister, but there we go.
He took a lot of risks as well in how he moved. It took a lot of risks there, and it's kind of funny because the last risk would have been to keep the gun out instead of going for the instant plant. And he decided to not have that gun out there. So 5-3 is the score as Titan looking much better, much more comfortable. We've seen quite a few maps out of them today, and this is the first time where they look like they found comfort. So now it's going to be another test from Fnatic. All AKs this time around. And we'll have SmithZz there with the incendiary, just trying to delay them. And he's going to have a lot of players fast into position. Can he be good on the shots? First shot not even able to be triggered as we get the fast entry by Dennis. And look how quick JW is. Oh, he misses the shot to the side there. That might be something that they'll regret massively. As olofmeister makes his way into this area. And indeed, shox is able to get some shots off there from that pit position, still holding it down. And these Fnatic players are spread between too many places. CTs all around. Stray bullets connecting to the heads of these Swedes. JW's got to be absolutely ridiculous in this situation. Trying to hit the shots here. It's so many players, so many angles. And that's going to be the round there for Titan.
I think Fnatic may have identified SmithZz positioning as a weakness there, because you saw they had the smoke top mid, so SmithZz can't hold the angle, and then that allows them to go past the angle SmithZz is holding and get close to him, so he basically is unable to retreat. He doesn't have any riflers in for support, so he's just on his own. Then again, Titan managed to take the round with rotation in enough time, and they go to 6-3. Not a fantastic score for them at the moment by any means, but that victory will be good for their economy. You can see they've all got guns, and 3 of them have 4K plus. So could be worse for the CT side. Whereas Fnatic's money is not fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Fnatic can find more holes and more weaknesses in Titan's defense, because so far Titan are playing it pretty safe. One thing they're not doing is heavy pressure on Banana, so that might be an area of exploitation potentially for Fnatic moving forwards. Get flusha up there. flusha is there. He's their guy for the Banana area. But with all these incendiaries and smokes and so on for Titan, they're sitting on the optimal setups potentially, so they can go for maximum delay, which is what puts the pressure on the T side. And you can see that's happening in the late rounds, where often Fnatic are finding themselves even a man down from earlier pick plays, and then they're pressed to a hard decision where they don't have enough map control either, or enough players, and so they have to just scrap together a play. And so far, that playstyle's been working really well for Titan. Just bog standard Inferno stuff on the CT side.
So it seems Fnatic have opted to keep the pressure up on the CTs, by going for the buy here. Managing to get out 3 AKs, the Galil, the Tech 9. So it seems, again, they've had good positioning in exploiting Smith playing on his own on Arch, for example. So let's see what they're opting to do. Initial aggression from Titan to stop any fast plays here after that tactical pause, but there will be no such aggression from Fnatic just yet.
There is a timing window here for Fnatic on the A site, because of course there's still 3 players on top of Banana, and you know, the counter to that is fast A play. We do have the apartments taken over by Fnatic, which will immediately cause Existence to rotate back towards the A site, and having got the pick onto RpK towards A, Fnatic definitely have a good situation in their hands. They don't have many nades, as you pointed out. They picked up a few though, so still not many nades.
So they're looking for Smith towards Arch, but in fact he's playing solo B now. Although the bomb is in a bit of an awkward situation. So let's see, they're going to go for a flash. No, just a shoulder peek there. Now what is the play? Looks like they're going to go for a hunt onto Smith there. Smith's getting another shot, maybe realizing that he could be in a bit of trouble here. Is the push going to continue from Fnatic? They're 2 men down now. They're continuing a slower march. They've got a smoke. So they can smoke. They could smoke the front of the site, for example, which would make things very hard for Smiths. They could even try, although they don't know how many. The problem is for them, the main issue is they don't know that Smiths is on his own at the moment. They have to assume that 2 people are over there. And olofmeister is going to win the duel with Scream, leaving Existence now alone over towards the A site. But he has the element of surprise. Problem is the entire remainder of the Fnatic side are over here, so he's surely going to be traded, if not just taken down. Missing the spray, and it's a 2 versus 3. Titan out of position now. That is a kill that Existence should have got. Didn't even need to spray in that situation. Just a tap to the head, surely.
Yeah, this is awful right now for Titan. They should have had a much better round. Now they have SmithZz and shox trying to save the day. Oh, great stuff there from shox. Nice pinpoint accuracy onto JW. He moves forwards for more damage, but it's just him now against the 2 remaining players, and he can't get it done. So Fnatic moving forwards there with another round that they should have had, actually. The 2 frags from SmithZz were sublime, and the second shot in particular, when he fell back, moved to the car position, hit the pixel there between the pillars. Absolutely masterful AWP play, and that should have been enough of an advantage. But Fnatic bring it back regardless, and now we're starting to see the nades suffering a little bit for Titan. No AWP on them as well.
Yeah, if we look at the money they have left. After winning 5 rounds in a row, they lose 1, and they're basically all in with a 2-round lead, a sliver of a lead. Now they're playing passive positions. They've got 3 people towards B, minus the aggression. They can't afford the war of attrition in this area with what they don't have in the bank. So times are hard. Arch has been abandoned at the moment, and they don't have any vision over here whatsoever, which is interesting considering that's the area that Fnatic have been trying to exploit in previous rounds. So SmithZz starting to move back there now with the M4. Fnatic there with a very slow approach indeed.
We do have middle limits, almost for free actually. Another Molotov, just to be safe. And there's the flash. That's a nice flash actually, because it baits some counter grenades potentially, keeps the pressure on. And SmithZz actually is going forwards to try to spot what's up, and only Olof is there. And this is a really fast reaction from Titan. They're going to be working out what's happening immediately. They're not supposed to work this out this quickly, but JW still gets the opening onto Scream, onto the B bomb site, so the bomb site is available for a plant now. As JW gets another shot. Existence and shox coming straight back. Skills of their own. flusha now again in the corner with nowhere to go. He's going to fight his way out of that corner, putting it to a 2 versus 2. More engagements found here as pressure's on from RpK, and he's going to win the day with the help of shoxy.
Yeah, you can see KRIMZ not having the angle for the construction position, and Titan get back to winning ways, surviving with 2 players. Let's see how much money Fnatic will have. They could force a few AKs and Galils here. We'll see what they choose to do. They'll know the money of Titan is precarious, but they do have to take their own economy into consideration as well. 4 rounds remaining in this half. It seems that it's going to be, it's going to be the late force buy, so indeed they're just going to keep up the pressure, and again, if they can break Titan, then maybe they run off with the remaining rounds, maybe they win the half 8-7, we'll have to wait and see. They seem to be making the right decisions and sensing the weaknesses of Titan and playing them well. SmithZz now playing short with the AWP RPK in the corner, so the AWPer has support now, which is always a plus. So it seems that Titan recognise the issues they're having over towards A as well. But there we go. There's 3 super fast kills for the T side. They've got a man advantage now with Scream trying to do what he can. He's going to get AWPs though, leaving Existence alone. So the change in approach hasn't worked out for Titan. And the Existence will come in to do what he can. We've got 2 of these 3 players for Fnatic are tagged at the moment. So there's a bit of an opportunity for Existence. He picks up that AK. Oh, that's just absolutely brutal. You could see he was hesitant to pick up the AK because his own gun landing on the floor gives his position away, but the nade through the smoke and then the shots towards the library will finish him off, no matter. And
you can see that they got reset now as well. So Titan actually have a spot where they might just be able to win the half 8-7, but that's probably a more likely scoreline, 8-7. That's either Titan or Fnatic at this point. That's a really big round for Fnatic to win now, because Titan won't have any money this round or the next one either. So really big deal, and you know, it should be just a simple anti-eco play, just discipline stuff from Fnatic. They should be able to get the job done, and so far so good. They'll pick up the kill onto SmithZz, as Titan have 2 players on either side. It's just going to be so hard for them to do this against a coordinated push. I mean, it shouldn't be possible for them to take this round in reality. To see whether they can do some damage at the very least. shox just in the bedroom with the Nova. Don't you have a Nova in your bedroom?
I have a Nova in an undisclosed location.
I bet you have like a JZF cave. Not quite the back cave, but you store all your Counter-Strike goodies there.
They're scattered all over the place.
Yeah, like a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
No.
Every birthday, you just go for a treasure hunt on your...
I don't do anything on my birthday.
Okay.
Apart from play Counter-Strike.
Alright.
Like every day, Dan. With the occasional visit to the girlfriend.
The occasional visit. How occasional is that in this context?
Well, I haven't seen her for almost 2 weeks.
Correct.
So, yeah, there we go. So, shox with the Nova looking to make a bit of money here, perhaps pick up a gun. Flashbang. Just nothing going the way of Titan at the moment, despite having 7 rounds on the board. You can see he was setting up to try and pick up a weapon, but he was too close, and now he's dead, Dan. Sometimes it's not your day. Today it's not shox's day. He's had to buy another Nova. He could have gone for the Mag 7, but he's confident in the Nova. With the Nova, he shall go.
Well, it's going to be a pretty hard times indeed. It's looking good for the Fnatic 8-7 at this point, with these buys of Titan. Instead of going for the double save, you know. They did get the buys in there. Ooh, shox, he's potentially in here with this Nova.
Surely he's not traded.
Boom! Big pump.
That's it. Yeah, there's a trade coming in.
Okay.
I was going to say, if he held the angle, he would have been traded by the player in lower. But there we go. That's the advantage of the Nova. You can get the one shot at a longer range because the long barrel keeps the shells together over a further distance.
This guy definitely owns a shotgun.
Yeah, good for shooting pigeon.
Yeah, I'm sure, Jace.
Or clay.
And other things, I'm sure.
I shoot clay.
So, you have the pressure getting put on by Fnatic now with that mid control. And who is this lurking in towards the arch side? It is no one other than Existence, but he's not going to get a shot off just yet. He's going to have to go through the smoke to do so. And that's what he's going to do. He's found some timing potentially. He's got to make the call. It's going to be going in now. But it's too late. Yeah. He actually had an opportunity there because the backs were turned for quite some time onto that smoke.
It's been a familiar story on this map altogether in this half for Titan. Just too slow. Like they had the read that, you know, a long way back when that split was coming in towards B, but just didn't act on it, didn't rotate the players, didn't have the defense to deal with it. And again, an opportunity to flank, an opportunity missed, an opportunity abandoned, and now Existence finds himself hiding behind the APC. Still eventually gets a kill on JW though. Dead now, of course.
So it's a still decent half from Titan even if they finish with 7 rounds. I mean, you know, generally speaking, it's a little bit easier for the T side now that the round time has changed in the way that they are. So we'll have to see whether or not that's going to really come into play. And I do wonder why Titan decided not to go for, you know, the double save, get a good buy-in, because they had decent success on their full buys, but without the AWP and without all the nades, you can see that they're struggling enormously. Fnatic get a lot more freedom to move, take battles, take position with the lack of weapons and grenades on Titan. So here we go. We got another mid play out of Fnatic as they move ever closer. And SmithZz is close with the CZ. He's not really got any support though. Just smoking off the B area for his teammates to allow a quick rotation of an extra player. And here it is. The challenges commence. So
well, Archers being taken slowly but surely. I swear we've seen so many smoke kills today from NBK and Co. and from the Fnatic boys. It's got to be really grating to be on the wrong end of it. So SmithZz, is he brave enough to push through the smoke faster than his leader? He's going to witness his teammate being killed and be able to do nothing about it. Everyone alive for Fnatic as shoxy and left, as shoxy and Scream are left, or now it's just Scream in a cold, cruel world where he has to go for it because it's the last round.
Yeah, okay. The first thing I want to check after we see Scream
Die.
go for this plate is how many rounds in a row Fnatic got. So yeah, they got 4 in a row at the end there. After resetting their opponents, they got 4 in a row. It's interesting because, you know, potentially, right? So you get that reset in. There's 4 rounds left. If they save twice, they've got a strong chance, if they win the third round there, to win the next round as well. Because I have a good buy, and that's been quite critical for them. Obviously, that mean like 9-6 or something, or 8-7. But instead, what they did was they had a terrible buy, a terrible buy, and a terrible buy. So on this map, it's a hard call to make, but that's what they went with. I think it's a marginal call. I don't think there's a wrong decision, but it's a marginal call. But either way, Fnatic have come into resurgency. They go into the second half with a round lead, and they go to the second half on the CT side.
Okay, so Titan in it to win it. Can they keep themselves in the game? Can they keep their heads above water? Can they keep focused and positive in what has been a difficult match so far? JW may have 3 people coming his way. SmithZz going for the shoulder peek, taking a bit of damage. No headshots just yet, though. And Titan will continue to press. 4 people on Banana now, but there's no further aggression from Fnatic and things will slow down. olofmeister going for a peek. shoxy holding an angle to strafe and pre-aim. It's going to work out for him. Taking down olofmeister. Bomb hasn't been spotted yet, so not much information. 3 people over towards B despite the frag towards A. Fnatic making hard reads as to what Titan might be doing. And they seem to be making the right reads at the moment, but can they get the frags? JW to take down RpK, going to get insta-traded by the T leader, Existence. Still 2 players over towards B, though.
The funny thing there is that JW, you look at that play and you're like, wow, why is he peeking so much? The reason is because he wants to bait the push into the B-bomb site. He wants to take engagements, the chance that he gets a kill, which he did, and he's happy to trade 1 for 1, because then he's going to assure his team that the terror side are going to move into the B-bomb site, which is where 2 of his remaining 3 teammates are actually holding. So I actually love that play from JW, even though if you take it in isolation, it looks kind of stupid. I actually really like it a lot. But Titan, they're smarter than that. They're going towards the A site where there is just KRIMZ, and that's it. so it's going to be the bomb site and an easy situation for Titan on this second half.
So it looks like Titan will be off to a good start on the T side as well. Winning both pistols should bode them well to win the map, but easier said than done perhaps. And Dennis is still alive. Dennis is now dead, never mind that. flusha coming in to do what he can. There is a kit on the floor there for him to pick up. He's going to go and collect it. 2 versus 1 now with the Clutch Master, the in-game leader for Fnatic. If he can kill Smith on the site, the bomb's in a good position. Smith's going for the burst fire, not working out for him, and now flusha is surely going to hold.
No.
shox has to go for the kill here. Just about going to get it. Oh, that was close.
That was really close.
I think flusha was he standing up then?
I
think he was standing up and crouching. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't think he was he?
I don't know. Actually, I can see the replay here. Let me see. Yeah, I think he stood up. I think if he crouched, he might have got it. I don't think shox would have had the angle.
Yeah. shox would have to either jump or go to the left and maybe miss, or go all the way around. And then going all the way around wouldn't work.
Well, there we go. Titan are going to take the pistol in the second half. So they've got all the advantage, but Fnatic are on the 4th buy. And we have seen some success today with Fnatic 4th buys, and Titan will be well aware of that, because they basically lost the previous map to a 4th buy on Eco.
Yeah, KRIMZ, man, he's got that Deagle in position. We want to see if he can get anything out of that, but Titan being slowed down by the grenades, the counter grenades. So where do they want to go? We've got also shox playing Mach 10, well, sneaking with the Mach 10 towards the apartments. Just waiting for a push from Fnatic. Because Titan basically, they're pressuring Banana really heavy. They made that felt by Fnatic, and that's going to bait rotation for then shox to kill, and then they'll go A. That's kind of the idea there. But nothing's happened. Fnatic holding steady, and JW gets a kill actually in apartments. Trade comes in from shox, but ooh, that was a close one. And this is still really doable because the HP is very, very doable. Followed by surprising weak players. Oh, he gets Smith as well, leaving still 2 weak players left alive with the SmithZz. He gets the reload, but not in time to fire another shot off. 2 players oncoming, KRIMZ and flusha. They can absolutely do this. There's no kit. They've got to be fast. Oh! Hello! Long range tap from the SmithZz. That's pretty nuts right there. flusha is going to make a go of this, and existence is very, very low. shox, though, full HP in the pit with Mach 10. Oh, he's low now as well. The SmithZz will find his target, but not the headshot that he needs. He's going to try to pressure these T's to move out of position with the smoke. Is it going to work? First frag. Oh, can't quite get the second in time. But that was a hell of a lot of damage there from the 4th buy Fnatic. They'll actually be happy with that one. Going into this save, they'll feel a lot better by actually just getting 4 frags, at the very least.
That could... I don't know if JW had enough time to defuse the bomb afterwards, but that was pretty nuts to watch. So, Fnatic going to be on the Eco now, then we will see the real shenanigans start in the next round. 1 round advantage for Titan, a sliver of a lead. They are on the less favoured side, of course, the C side, but the question is, will they be able to break the economy of Fnatic on Fnatic Spy, which will be coming soon enough. That's when the real game begins. The gap's not going to be too massive should Titan be successful in this round. Do we have a bit of a double peak? I think we do. Dennis and... Oh, we have 2 double peaks. I like it.
Hello. Oh,
it's a double peak crossfire, I just realised.
Denied by the smoke, though.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just in the pond now. He's getting away. Beat James. He's going to get trench foot if he's not careful. And it's like it's going to be pretty easy for Titan. They've realised that the stack is there. I actually love that they're playing this really safe. Some teams will be like, oh, I just want some frags. Just going to go in there and get some frags. But the real logic is, let's go and plant the bomb and win the rounds, and having no one die. That's the real logic. So good to see that Titan. I've got to go for that. No one dies. And also just losing 4 players, that is the absolutely needed outcome.
Yeah, most definitely is. So I quite like how novel that double peak was. Quadruple peak, you could say that.
Quadruple peak.
But yeah, the smoke's kind of ruined it, which is a shame. But I like the idea. Anyway, moving on, we're going to see the buy coming out for both teams now. Fnatic going to have a bit of a limited buy, obviously, after losing the pistol round and going for the 4th buy. So they're not going to have all the grenades in the world. It looks like it's going to be a fast play from Titan, but flusha has other ideas though he hasn't got a kill. Existence taking down JW towards short, it seems. Dennis, I think towards apps, in fact. Dennis trying to hold things down from the site, but olofmeister trying to push towards B. He's going to lose a duel to SmithZz. So Titan with an early 2-man advantage here in the buy round of Fnatic. It seems they are likely for the break now.
Yeah, it should be a pretty straightforward position for Titan, because in this spot, you know, they've got 2 kills towards the on the map so far, and so all they have to do is just go to a site together. That's just all they have to do. Just coordinate it, go together. Doesn't matter what side it is. If it was a 5 versus 4, okay, the situation is a little bit different then, and how you actually handle that. But this is a 5 versus 3, so I don't think you can really play this wrong if you just get the set play in onto a bomb site. You can see that what they're doing is they're playing it slow because there's time on the clock to wait to try to basically be safe against an aggression. If Fnatic were to go for a pop flash information play so they can rotate players, you know, preemptively, then they catch that, they punish it, they win a round. And there you go. There's an aggressive play from Dennis, but he's going to get 2 players. No pop flash required. And that's the 2 versus 3. And the bomb's not being planted. In fact, it's really far away from a bomb site. It's going to get to the A site very rapidly. It's actually game on right now for Fnatic, funnily enough, because they know where the bomb's going. Despite not having a kit, they'll have enough time to try to methodically clear this bomb site and get the plant, the defuse. But the smoke actually does make a big difference here. This might actually disincentivize them. It does seem to be doing that.
Yeah, I was starting to get worried for Titan. In my mind's eye, I could see something horrible happening, but the bomb has indeed gone down. And the round has been won. So Titan off to a good start on the T side. And it may end up that they did enough on their CT side to take this to 3 maps eventually. Fnatic looking to save 2 weapons, but we've got 2 Ts encroaching on their position. Yeah. A bit of a crossfire, and I don't think KRIMZ is going to go for a repeat here. As go charge in, and they're going to get 2 frags.
You're hitting potty there. So, you know, one thing we need to note is the damage incurred there. So Titan lost essentially something close around 4k value, as they'd already lost used all their grenades at that point in the rounds there, because they lost 4 players. So, you know, that's 16k of damage done, and you know, when winning a round, each player gets around, depending on how the round is won, either 3,250 or 3,500. So, you know, if you round that, you know, you get upwards of, you know, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, you know, something around that region. So, in surviving 2 players and doing, you know, getting all those kills, they actually did a huge amount of damage, because it's very important for Fnatic to be able to force ecos out of Titan.
It's interesting how French people always say okay twice. It's never okay, it's always okay. Whereas in English it's like, alright, calm down. But yeah.
Shut up, you mug. That's how I roll.
That nade is going to do literally no damage.
Yeah, so...
Well, Fnatic have taken control of top mid, though, despite Titan's aggressions.
Buy is really appalling for Fnatic, I must say.
They're winning a lot of the duels, though.
Yeah.
Just straight up 1v1s, they have been coming out on top, although it's not really working out for them with the inferior rifles on the CT side as opposed to the one-tap AKs. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is that they did actually sacrifice on, in the case of flusha rifles, in having all the grenades, and I do prefer that. So we'll see finally, you know, 50 seconds on the clock, Titan making the play into middle. This will be felt by Fnatic, who are playing really safe towards the A-bomb site. Good, they have JW there by the apartments and player below in the balcony. JW can quickly jump down, and his their teammate on Arch side, which is flusha, he's playing really far back at the moment. He might just get a peek in from library, but he's actually smoked off. So how's he going to play this? Will he go through the smoke? He's going to hear them running through Arch. He's going to make the call now. olofmeister knows what's going on. He knows they can be coming from both sides. This is very awkward, and olofmeister's a key player here. They know the split's coming. olofmeister needs to make the frags. It's the first one. There's spray coming down from the FAMAS, and the fire coming from flusha from the distraction of olofmeister is perfect. So now it's just the 2 players on the bomb site now for Titan to defend this plant, and SmithZz is going to be coming out with the aid of existence. Great angles found with the AKs. Now it's 2-on-2. Still a chance of life here for Fnatic, but can they execute?
With one flash onto JW, and that's all They have the flush goes down. Can they get the frag though? SmithZz is going to fall down to existence versus 2. He's got the AKs holding the angle. Into it will go JW, but the spray is not going to be enough, and Dennis is going to trade. Fnatic back to winning ways. Going to close the gap to 2 rounds there. A lot happened in that round, actually. That was a really interesting round to watch. But it's Fnatic, the Swedes, coming out on top on the CT side. But look at what they have in the bank. It's not going to be a great buy. And Titan should have a superior buy just about, despite losing the round.
Yeah, that was indeed a very interesting round, and it's kind of a similar situation for Fnatic. They don't have the weapons they want. Mag, CZ, but they have the grenades, the key factor. And flusha with the CZ even went for an incendiary, the most expensive grenade on the CT side, $600, very expensive. And you know, I mean, flusha is probably one of the best CZ players in the world anyway, so it's all good. Now, some easy banana control for Titan. And with the weaponry that Fnatic have, they didn't really want to do any pop flash plays. olofmeister's not feeling too comfortable to get too close to that smoke with the Mag 7. Titan, they could just try to bleed. All Titan needs to do is just bleed Fnatic drive grenades through pressure. Then they want to hit the play onto a bomb site. That's the main idea here, I would say, for Fnatic. Sorry, for Titan rather. So far they're getting fairly successful, although yeah, it's just one incendiary. No more smokes for Fnatic.
Okay, so JW to get the first frag over towards top mid. flusha getting a bit of a shoulder peek. He's getting the information for his team, but not going for the 1v1 engagement. And shoxy's moving away from the apps now, which should have surely been heard by JW in the pit. But what is the play? We've got flusha dancing around the smokes now. He'll hear RpK running and can raise the alarm to his teammate, who's going to be heading over there. That's KRIMZ, but his teammate's on the site's gone down, and SmithZz is coming in. He's not going to get the spray. SmithZz is going to open the site for him, but the bomb's down on Arch, and there's 20 seconds left. Dennis now is the last man standing for his team, and he should see the bomb in the smoke and realize what's going on. 14 seconds. He just needs to find a safe place. An instant headshot, and now he can just run for it, and Titan are going to lose the round.
Wow. Really, really nice kill there from Dennis, keeping his composure in the moment where he doesn't know for sure which way they're going to go with the bomb. But he's going to save the day anyway. Because he knows at that point, all he has to do is get that one frag. He knows that at that point. So I love it that he's able to clutch that one in that situation, keeping his nerve. And we will see now 11-10. So Fnatic climbing their way back. And they've had to make do with weird buys the last few rounds. So this is going to feel really good now. Finally okay, they still have a weird buy.
It's like the same buy they had last round.
Yeah, right?
It's like almost exactly the same.
Just this time now Titan are on pistols. It might even be benefit Titan because their pace might be a bit faster. Maybe that's what they need. I mean, time was what killed them in the last round.
Yeah, so there's a bit more concentration from Titan over towards the B bomb site, perhaps looking for an opening, but that smoke is really, I mean, SmithZz was so close to peeking. Nope, smoke denied. So they're all wasting their time now, essentially, unless they're going to go for a suicide push through the smoke on B. So it's going to be a massive rotation towards top mid to try and make themselves useful. And as it gets top mid, they are, of course, going to get smoked off from top mid. So this has to be very frustrating for Titan, who is still holding on to a one-round lead for the time being.
Okay, here comes the play up middle, potentially from Titan. They want to start getting that map control in.
It's worth noting a difference in the way the CT sides were holding. SmithZz was holding the corner on his own pretty much over towards Arch, whereas you can see Dennis playing on the side, so he's got a crossfire with JW, and flusha again just going for the information, shoulder peeking in the Arch itself, getting a massive frag onto SmithZz there, and that nade could actually send the AWP in his direction. Not sure if that was his aim.
And you can see the play here has changed from Titan. They're actually leaving the bomb down middle and a player in banana. They're losing a... Oh my god. How does flusha do that with the CZ of all guns? You got no bullets in that thing. And he just wantonly, gratuitously throws them through the smoke. Great shot there from the screen with the ult, but there's just too much to deal with. And that was all flusha that round. Again, initially the idea from Titan, was what they were doing is they were setting up the mid pressure. They were going to then double back into a B play. That was the idea there. But what ended up happening is the kill from flusha with the CZ onto SmithZz prompted Titan to commit into the A play. I mean, he just gets the kill through the smoke with the CZ. That just shuts everything down. So Titan didn't even get to play their round out there.
flusha is too smart.
He's too good.
Too smart 5 me.
With the CZ.
3 smart, 5 whatever.
Yeah, three smart.
I don't know these nerd memes.
Too many memes.
Alright, so Titan looking for a fast play now, it seems. Now they've been reduced to these Mia pistols. shox has a good position in the apps, but he's going to get taken down. There are 2 players here for the CT side, and it's all working out. Everyone's dead for Titan. Fnatic take the lead, finally, and Titan has to be feeling the pressure now. This is not when you want Fnatic taking the lead when they're 1 map up, heading towards potentially match point. But Titan back on the buy, lots of grenades as well. Can they get the frags though? That's what it's coming down to now. flusha and Dennis beasting for their team. KRIMZ only has 6 kills at the moment. So if he starts waking up as well, then who knows where we're going to end up.
Absolutely, it's starting to look really good for Fnatic. They finally actually have weapons, James. They've got an AWP. Everyone's got rifles.
Nice.
First time we see this, I think, maybe at all on the CT side for them, pretty much.
RpK is going to make it out alive. JW seemed to have a read. Not sure if he spotted him earlier on. And that was the bomb as well, so that would have been really interesting if JW got that frag. So we've got 3 plays in second mid here for Titan. We've got Molotovs coming into the bedroom area, but nobody pushing apps just yet. Smith setting up for... I'm not sure if that's a truck smoke or a pit smoke. I thought he was heading towards Arch. Let's see, it seems it is a pit smoke indeed. And the fast push is coming in, heading towards Arch once more, where flusha's going for the shoulder pick spotting, and he doesn't want to die in a trade to the T's. He's moving for a better engagement, getting a nice Molotov down, and it's a 3-man spray and the bomb. Look at the decision making of flusha. He is playing out of his mind right now. Titan wondering what the hell's going on over towards the B-bomb site, where they're getting shot through the smoke. Nothing's going their way, Dan. Nothing.
That was godlike by flusha. And he actually was a little bit slow to actually get the first shot off. So he didn't get the first shot off there in that engagement. But because the first man there from Titan was not able to do it, flusha's just, he's golden after that first kill. Wow, flusha, like you said, I mean, flusha's decision making is really good. It's very simple. He gets the peak and just rotates towards the library side. Opening up, what it does is it opens up the archway so T's can actually go there, of course, because he's not blocking. But because they know that the push is coming in towards A mostly, the floater from B can then cover Speedway. So flusha is actually, in a really good position to help defend A there. And then gets all the kills because he's the boss. So yeah, loving flusha right now in this Inferno match. And Titan resorting to a huge lack of utility at a Tech 9. This is awful, this utility.
Well, this is going to be interesting. JW, look at this support. Look at this basically double peak here. This is insane because you've got flusha holding top mid, so they can just play this so JW holds a tight crack. They try and rush in and punish him, and Dennis sprays them down. Yeah. The Fnatic are playing such strong CT positioning at the moment, and now that's the only time we've seen flusha playing an aggressive arch position. Now he goes back to a passive play, but he's going to get taken down, as is Dennis. So Titan not out of this just yet. Have a quick look at the money on the CT side. They'll be okay for the time being, but not fantastic by any means.
Yeah, it's 3 versus 3, so somehow Titan have managed to actually salvage this one. Scream in the archway. He's considering his options now and perhaps waiting for his teammates to get into position, but if they want to make the split onto B happen, Existence has to get a little bit closer. Scream is still waiting. There's a bit of time, but the spray comes in. Scream needs to get the kill, and he will finally do just that. olofmeister will be taken out, and now JW back against the wall, back against the corner, no less. Needs to make some damage happen. Here's the first player. We haven't seen him do this before, but he won't get the kill in the end. The bomb goes down, and KRIMZ realizes the round is lost. And I must further emphasize actually the cute little tactics we saw towards A, because normally when you play against an AWP, if the AWP is close to you, and of course JW is holding close angle, when the shot fires, you're like, okay, I can't get shot, I can't get shot, I can't get shot because of the super long reload time. So you feel like I've got free ground to gain, and that's the trap. That's the trap there, as Jay's pointed out. With that little double peek, that was beautiful. I really like that. But Titan get another round on the board. And much like the first map, Titan, they never really looked like they were fully in the game. and a lot of stuff looks like it's not going their way, but they're still actually pulling rounds out. They're still only 1 round away from Fnatic right now, and Fnatic have not the best economy in the world, so the next couple rounds will dictate the winner of this map.
Indeed, this is a key round because if Titan lose this round, their loss bonus gets reset. As you can see, Fnatic won a number of rounds in a row, which built up Titan's loss bonus, and now winning around it, that will be back down to 0. So if they lose, they're going to get a paltry 1,400. But Fnatic's money, having just started to lose now, is not going to be ideal either. So all to play for. This is a very important round for both teams, and we have the bomb standing in the middle of mid while the push comes in towards the B bomb site, and the fast play may be great timing for Titan here. olofmeister going to take down Existence, and he's going to survive. He could try and hold on to the construction area for his team, which is going to give them a bit of breathing space as they go for the retake. Charging through, there's a bit of fire still, but he's got the kill onto Smith, and he's going to retreat. Now they've got a man advantage going for the retake.
Yeah, that was a pretty sick play from olofmeister there. Good to see. But still advantage Titan. And that's a quick frag from RpK there. Pressure is on. olofmeister needs to step up again. He needs to push forwards now. He's got Dennis for support. That's a good incendiary there. It's not quite pushing shoxy out just yet, but he will finally peek, and olofmeister finds the next frag as well. Now it's down to a 2 versus 1. No health on screen. No time though for the defuse. Surely there's no kill in fact for flusha. It's never happening.
Oh, he's right next to him, but I don't think it's time.
Yeah, never happening there.
He's picked up a naught. So there we go. Titan don't get reset, although it was an expensive round for them. They're going to have to go for the full rebuy. So Fnatic's money is in a weird spot. Again, this is another crucial round. If Fnatic go for the buy here, then again, whoever wins the round, indeed they are. So surely whoever wins this round is going to go and take the map, because look at how dire the situation is for both teams. Look at the money in the bank. This is ropier than a 5 AM curry.
Yeah, this is really interesting right now. This is such big rounds. Again, as mentioned, that killing 5 men there was quite crucial for Fnatic, having lost the round. But what will Titan do this time? I mean, last time it was a very fast B play. Actually looked really good, to be honest. If it wasn't for a stellar play out of olofmeister, that would have been really convincing, I think, from Titan, because they got into position very quickly. But we'll see now the play up middle. They don't have anyone towards banana, and that might be a little bit worrying, because that will eliminate easy options towards the double back. But who needs the double back? You got SmithZz able to take down flusha immediately, and flusha has been the cornerstone of the A defense, and he's been removed. It's now all on Dennis with that Famas. He won't get it done. Titan looking to completely cripple Fnatic's economy. They don't want anything to do with this round now. They're just backing away towards B, looking for the save. But you better believe that Titan are going to throw a couple players in to try to remove one of these saving Fnatic members.
It seems this forward arch position has not really worked out for either side. When SmithZz was here, he got picked off a lot of the time. flusha now trying to change things up, trying to surprise Titan. Playing this position is getting wrecked as well. So, and this is not the time to do it, because Fnatic's money is going to be all over the place now, and they may have to play for overtime. We'll see what their money's like following the conclusion of this round. But Titan looking good to take this to 2 maps thanks to these last 2 rounds. Again, they are pivotal going forward into the dying rounds of this map.
Yeah, that flusha is so incredibly important towards the arch sides. So incredibly important. Now, do they go for do they go for 2 chances and force it up with the M4s that they have, or do they go for the overtime? I actually like this, because Fnatic have such high levels of individual skill. That's
a pretty reasonable buy, actually. flusha's got a SmithZz, so they've basically got 5 rifles.
I mean, they played with this setup so many times already. In fact, it looks better than some setups that they already won with.
Yeah, I think the CT's playing the arch position, you know, from the standard peak spot, having a tough time of getting pre-aimed, pre-fired, and so on. So flusha going for the close approach with the SmithZz. The smoke is in, so he will silently move away, not wanting to give his position away. Again, this position has been where he's found all his fortune, all his glory. Top fragging for his team at the moment. Again, KRIMZ still with only 7 kills. So if he switches on now, maybe there's still some time for his team. Although it might be, I mean, his kills I don't think tell the entire story. If it's a case of his team are dying towards A and then he's rotating in a crap situation, then that has a lot to do with it. But here we go. Titan now doing exactly what Fnatic did, top mid, and flushes over towards B, having a look, seeing what's going on. Titan not really committing to anything at the moment. I'm sure they want some kind of pick, but it seems with 45 seconds left that they're going to be heading towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, it's a fast play into the B now, and Flush is actually making himself into a good position, in good timing actually. The players here for the defense might catch them on those, go straight through now, he's going to catch one player. There is still 2 left though for Titan as they move into the bomb site, but there's still KRIMZ. KRIMZ, he's so prolific in this position, he's not yet even been challenged. There goes the challenge, he'll get the spray, and that's 14-14. And with 3 players left on the Fnatic side, they'll be able to reinforce themselves quite well into this next round. And the same cannot be said for Titan, who on 3 players are lacking the money. And that's going to show itself in 2 pistols instead of rifles. Not the end of the world, because you can create strategies where the 2 pistol players go first and you use the mobility advantage of the pistols. But still, this is not too great for Titan. But it looks like they might want to go for a B execute. It has previously been quite effective for them.
Okay, so they're going for the fast push. There is a crossfire here for the CTs, but they've been smoked off. It's KRIMZ on the site. He's taking down the first player. RpK coming in with a CZ is going to be enough to trade. And we're going to have all the Ts on the site now. With advanced positions, Existence got an AK by the tree position, and Fnatic are going to have to wait. Going for the boost though, but that AWPer may get taken down if he starts to go a little bit forward. That smoke is surely soon to dissipate. Existence going for a bit of spray. They're going to be spotted. No frags for either side yet. All the players left have rifles now, and it seems that the CTs are backing off, choosing to play for overtime. What a map.
Yeah, it's a smart choice by Fnatic there. But really, I'm surprised we didn't see more from KRIMZ in that spot, due to the fact that it was he's very close to killing SmithZz. And imagine what happens if he kills SmithZz. The position doesn't get set up quite so quickly, so they have to try to commit more players in a wider angle to take down KRIMZ, which buys more time for his teammates to rotate around. Like, so much of that round comes down to whether KRIMZ gets that frag onto Existence, that second frag.
Oh dear, look at the money.
This looks like this buy has been fine because it's about the nades actually, and you can see how much flusher is, how comfortable he is with the CZ.
Yeah, this is arguably better than the previous buy round actually. So there we go. We've got some aggressive standing, but double flashes for the players. olofmeister had a great spawn to peek mid of the AWP, but that spawn has since gone. RpK going to be in the pit. Now the smoke's down. There will be some maneuvering from the Titan side. Now we've got Dennis over towards Arch. Flusher again with the CZ is going to be over towards B. Holding things down with KRIMZ, who's on the FAMAS. But look, we've got a fast advancement down Arch from the players. But Dennis is coming in with 2 frags, being superb for his team. Down to 2 versus 2. The 2 B players having to rotate. We'll see if Flusher can pick up a gun on his way.
Is there a kit anywhere on the floor? Because that might be an issue now. There's no kit on those 2 players here for Fnatic. So they go for this, try to force the overtime. I do believe it's an MR3 overtime, but before we get ahead of ourselves, let's see if Fnatic can pull this one off. Good positions here for Existence and shox. It's like both Fnatic players wanting to try to take this from the same angle. F4 picked up, and a kit picked up by KRIMZ as well. So, giving their chances here in this retake. KRIMZ moving forwards, goes for the defuse, and now if Flusher can hold off the 2 players, this might be really difficult. He's going for the hold. Oh, not quite! Not quite. Almost there, but not quite. And that's going to be the round and the map. Titans somehow, by the skin of their teeth, pull out a victory on map number 2, meaning we will go to a decider.
Yeah, this is getting pretty insane between these 2 teams. So again, guys, we're going to go for a break while we allow these teams to set up for the 3rd and final map of this best of 3, which is going to be, I'll just double confirm that, well, it's on our screen there, it's Dust 2. So, all to play for here between these 2 teams. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.